Millionaires do trade gold using this free tool, and if you stick to the end, you'll master it in minutes. What's good, traders? It's Wall Street King from the Chain of Business Synergy. Are you new to trading? It's all good. This Tradeview guide will help you analyze the market like a pro, no experience needed, and it's all free. Let's dive right in. So let's dive into Tradeview. Alright, to get started, we can access the Tradeview app on our desktop. We can access the Tradeview app on our iPhone. We can access the Tradeview app on our Android. So to access the Tradeview app on our Android, we'll go to the App Store. To access the Tradeview app on our Android, we'll go to the Android Play Store. We'll search for Tradeview and we will download. To access it on our iPhone, we'll go to the App Store. We'll search Tradeview and we will download. And to access it on the desktop, there are two ways to access it on the desktop. You can access it on the web page, or you can download the exe file. So let's see on the desktop how we can download the exe file, and let's see how we can access it using the web page. So right now we're on the web page, Chrome. So what we have to do is search the word Tradeview, and when we search the word Tradeview, it's going to pop up first. So the first one that's going to pop up is this Tradeview with this logo TV, and this is the free app we're going to be using for our trading analysis. So when we click on the Tradeview, you can access the Tradeview from your laptop, you can access it from your desktop, you can access it from your computer. Okay, so whatever way is fine with you, yeah, you can access it. So the first page that's going to pop up as you click your Tradeview is products, this home page. Okay, this is the first page that's going to pop up. So what you're going to see first is the products, and under the products you will see your screener, your super charts, your calendar, your yield curves, your option, and your news flow. So for the course of this video, we are going to be focusing on the super chart, because the super chart is where you're going to analyze the charts every time. Okay, the rest are the other features along with Tradeview. But to have a perfect analysis of a chart, you're going to make use of the super chart. Okay, and next we have the community, the market, the brokers, and more. But for the course of this video, because I'm teaching you how to make good use of every single tool on Tradeview, and also how to combine these two to make your analysis. So to start, we're going to click on super charts, and they're still going to request. So when we click on super charts, it's going to appear. This is the first thing you see on your desktop, on your mobile app, when you open on Tradeview and click on super charts. So starting from the right, if we click on it, we are going to see the home page, which is this page. We would see the help center, what's new, the dark theme, and the white theme. This is how the dark theme looks, and this is the other theme. So the control panel, this is the control panel. You can either choose to hide it or make it visible, the languages, and get the desktop app. Let's say you don't want to analyze on the web page and you want a standalone desktop app. You click on this place, and what's going to appear is this home page where you see download for Windows, for Mac OS, or for Linux. So if you're using a Mac, you have to click the Apple, and if you're using a Linux, you click here. For me, I'm using the Windows, and if I click here, it's gonna download right here. So when it's done downloading, I'm gonna install the exe file, and I'll start using it just like this. So let's continue. Let's get back to our chart. So the next point is the sign in and the join now. If you're new, if this is your first time to use Tradeview, you have to click the join now. So when you join, and next you can now sign in. And let's say you already signed in let's say you already joined previously, so all you have to click is the sign now. So let's join now and get started. So I'll click the join now. This page pops up. So in this page, I will see that I can register on my Facebook, my X, my Yahoo, my Apple or my LinkedIn or my email. So we're going to register. For the course of this video, we're going to register using our email. So when I click here, I want to input the email I want to register with. Okay, then it's requesting my fingerprints. So then I'll click I'm not a robot. Then this email is already in use. That means I already signed up previously using this email. So because I already signed in previously using this email, I'll come to the sign in. But the registration, it's totally simple. All you need to do is put your email and the password you want, and you're already signed in. No hustle. So I'm going to click the sign in, and they're still going to request the email I want to use to sign in. So I'm going to click this email and I'll click login. Okay, so we signed in right now. So we are done with this page. So our sign in and our join now change to sign out. So we are done with this page, the home, the help center, what's new. Next we move to this. So this is the search button. This is the area where we search whatever we want. Okay, let's say we are trading stocks, or let's say we are trading indices, or let's say we are trading crypto. We'll come and search it here. Let's say we want to trade gold, we'll search it here. Then let's say we want to trade Euro USD, we'll search here. Let's say we want to trade Microsoft. We'll search it here. Pardon. We'll search it right here, just like that. So it's Japanese yen, be it any currency you want to search. You come to this point, you click here and you search. The next is the compare or add symbol. Let's say you want to compare these two. You want to compare the Microsoft with Apple to see the correlation. You come right here, the plus sign, you click, you search on the currency you want to compare, like Apple. So when you click it, you're going to see the Apple right on top. Okay, it is just like comparing two pairs, like two things side by side, to have a clear view of which you want or how you want to, like correlation, you know. So you can neither search it this way or also use indicators. So this is the compare button. The next we have the daily button. So this is where you change your analysis from 1 day to 6 months to 1 minute. So as you can see, in the first instance we have the one tick. The one tick means one single tick, means one single trade. So each trade taken by somebody comes at one tick. So the 1000 tick is 1000 trade. Let's say after every 1000 trades you get one candlestick. And this is very, very nice because you will know the kind of populate, the kind of push, the kind of volume that's in a trade market. You will know how many people are actually buying or selling at a particular moment. So the next also we have is the chart patterns. So I want to say something about this day. Let's say you want to make your chart very quick for you. Let's say you always like to analyze on the 4 hours. You can add a favorite here and also 1 hour and 5 minutes. What this does is that it adds right above here, so that's going to be quick for you to make analysis. The next is the candlestick chart pattern. So you can see I already added some few favorites. I'm going to take it off and I will add it after now. So the first is the candle. So this is the candle, the one we're using right now. And the second, it's the halo candle. The halo candle, as you can see, a minute. I'm going to take off this compare button, this compare chart. So to take it off, I just have to click on the compare and it's going to tell me to delete right here, or I can delete or choose to hide. If I hide, I'm going to see it at the object tray later on, and if I delete, I cannot see it again. So I'm going to hide for the course of this video, and I will show you where this hidden objects went to after now. So let's continue. So we are the chart patterns, we are the candlesticks. This is the normal candlesticks you see, the candle. This bar is to keep your chart very simple. As you can see, you don't need to use it if you don't know how to read it. The next we are going to talk about is the halo candlestick. This is momentum candlestick. This is used to see the volume in the market. Okay, let me give you a clear example. As you can see, this red fuse, this had red fuse, right? It shows a lot of selling momentum right here. But here you see that this red doesn't have a red fuse. It just simply means that there's no momentum and the price will keep going low. So just to show you the momentum every candlestick carries, because you might see this candle and feel like the sellers are in charge, but you don't know that there's no much momentum right here. So that's what I mean by this. Okay, so the next is the volume. This is used to show the volume of each candle. So each candle carries volume, and it's for the pro members only. So you need to upgrade to be able to use this feature. So, and candlestick chart pattern we have is the Higanashi. This is used to eliminate noises. As you can see, if it's an uptrend, you just see the green, and if it's a downtrend, you see the red candlesticks. So that is it for this. And if you want to like have a quick access to it, we can just add it to our top chart so that we can easily have access to it. The next is the column, the highs and low, the lines. If you want to keep your chart very simple, as you can see the line, this is how it looks. So all this we are going to explain to another video, so that we're going to explain every bit of it. We have the line break. This is how the line break is, and you'll see how the line break is. So it's also used to eliminate noise and show you the direct movement of the chart pattern. So let's stick to the normal candlestick we all know. So the next we have right here is our indicators. You must be hearing about indicators. So they have a lot of indicators, like the moving average, which is the MACD. We have the RSI, which is the relative strength index. We have the correlation. We have so many indicators that you might want to search. So if you know about indicators or have an indicator you have in mind, you can easily search for it. You have the Boilers brand, so you have to search for it, and it's going to pull up in the chart. Let's say we're going to use the moving average for this example, and we'll click on the moving average. So the moving average is going to plot sorry. So let's say we click on the moving average. The moving average is going to plot below us. So how to read this moving average is quite simple. So people use it as an entry candlestick. Let's say you want to enter when the price gets to a particular point, or when the price crosses. So let's pull up our horizontal vertical line. So at this point, the line cross. So it simply means, as line crosses, it means it's headed for an uptrend. So when the line crossed here, it went all the way up. Most times you don't have to rely on the candlestick to make analysis, because most time the candlesticks are lagging, which means they can give you a price of what it's gone already. Here it went for a downtrend, and we took a downtrend right here, and it went all the way here. So you see, that's the power of indicators. I'm going to make a video explaining how to use a lot of indicators and how they actually work. But this sector is for selecting your indicators, choosing an indicator, or a lot of things you want to do, only just for indicators, metric and strategies. So the next is to save your template. Let's say you have 4 or 5 indicators you selected here. You could save it right here, and anytime you click on here, it's going to pull up. The next we have is our alert. So this alert is what you use to set to be notified if price gets to a particular location. Let's say you don't want to stay on the chart all day, and you want the price to notify you when it gets to a particular location. All you have to do is set an alert, and it would notify you when it gets to this location. Let's say you want to set an alert on here. All you have to do is click on this alert, put in the price of this point, and click on create. But I'm going to show you the quickest way to set an alert. The quickest way to set an alert is, as you can see my cursor, it has 4 cardinal points. When you take the cursor right here and move it all the way to the left, you're going to see this plus sign. When you click on the plus sign, it's going to tell you to add an alert on Microsoft at 33624. So when you click add an alert at 336.62, then it adds an alert here. Then when the price gets to this point, it's going to signal you, and you're going to know the price at this point. That is how to set an alert quickly. So you move all the way here, you click here, and you set add an alert on this place, or you can set sell 1 Microsoft at this place limit, or whatever. You can create new order, or you can draw a horizontal line at this point. So that's all you can do with this line. Okay, so the next is the replay. Let's say this is for pro members. Let's say you want to educate or tutor people. As you can see, I can cut the chart all the way here and you won't see what's happening previously. Let's cut the chart here. You see the chart is already cut and I can see everything. I can see what just happened. I can't see what happened previously. So to see what happened previously, I have to play. So when I play, it's going to roll out everything that has been happening previously. That's just how this works. So bar replay. Yes, so that is it. It's quite self-explanatory. As you can see, I can cut all the chart from here, and if I click here play, the chart keeps playing out. Then I'll keep seeing everything that happened previously. This I can use for educational purposes. I can use for anything I actually want. So that is how it works. So exit play mode. So the next we have is this. This is where you could save your work. Let's say you have you like this setup you just did, you like your candlestick, you like your moving average, you like everything, your indicators, you like how you arranged your workspace. You could name it, you could create your own workspace, you could name it anything. For the course of this video, I did name my own Wall Street King. So you could save and it's going to save and it's going to pull up anytime. You could export the chart, you could create new layouts and stuff like that. Then this also is quite important. Let's say you want to watch like 4 or 5 charts at the same time to see where it's going to, but it's for premium members. So this place means that we are only taking a single view. Then this way it's 2 views, horizontal and vertical, then all the way down. This is how many views and you can see how many charts you can see at a time. Then this is the settings. This is the quick search. Whatever you want to find that you don't know where it is, you could click here to find it real quick. And this is the setting. If you want to play around your settings, you can always come here and play around your settings. You could change the watermark, you could change opacity and all. Play around your settings. This is the settings for this page. The next is the full screen. Click on here and it's going to be a full screen. Then the next here is to take a screenshot, to download the image, to copy the link, or to tweet the image. So if I want to copy this link, all I have to do is copy image. I can send it to myself. I can open it wherever I want to open it. I can also copy the link. I can open it on anywhere and it's gonna paste, and I can view it. I can send it to anybody, and you see I just copied that page link, and this is it. So the next we have to publish. Let's say you drew out your line and you want to share with your community, you could publish this page. And the next we have is a watch list. I call it a bookmark. So let's move this area right here. So the bookmark is like where you keep your pairs and where you arrange them and to make them visible and to make them easy to find. So the reason I did mine like this is because I named this pair 1 just so that you can rename it to anything. You can double click here and change the name to whatever you want. You could change the name to 5, 6 or something like that. So and when you're done, you exit. So you can also move stocks from here. Let's say you have more pairs down here. You can click here, drag and download and drop to move in between pairs. Alright, so let's say you want to add a new pair. All you have to do is click on this plus sign, then search the pair and click as well on this plus sign, and it adds right here, as you can see. Then you can also drag it and move it to wherever you want it to be, and you can arrange it and keep it clean. And this is where you see your symbols, your daily symbols and everything you need. And to close it, you click back on the watch list. This is an alert. This is where you see all your previously set alert, coming alert and the past alert as well. Then this also is the object tree. I made a mention of when we pulled up our candlestick chart pattern, and I said if we don't want to delete, we can hide, and each item we hide comes here, and when we click here we will see our hidden item. When we click here, it appears right back. So as you can see, this is anything on this page. Whenever we click here or wherever we draw here and we don't delete, hides and come to the object tree, and this is where we see the object tree. So The next is the community, and this is the public. This is where you see a lot of people's chat. Like say you publish your own chat, this is the same way people are going to look at it. This is the same way it's going to appear and stuff like that. So next we have the screeners, the calendar, the yield, and lots more. So that is it for this point, and especially we have this, which is the auto fit to screen. If you click it and it fits everything to your screen. And the next we have this price tags. If you hold in your cursor, your mouse, and you drag right down, it quizzes the chart and you get to see more prices, and it makes the chart smaller. And when you take it up, it hides some prices and it makes the candlestick bigger. And same with this horizontal line. When you drag it apart, you see the candlestick real big, and when you squeeze it, you see a lot better. So we move over to this line here. So the first thing we're going to see on this line, it's our cursor. This is where we'll see the dot, the cross, the arrow, the demonstration, the magic, and the eraser. So these are all our cursors, and as you can see, it has a star which is added to favorite. Unlike this previous one that when you click your favorite, it's add right on top. This one, when you click on favorite, it adds to this toggle, and you can place it anywhere you want on your screen. Let's say we add this to our favorites. You could see how it's appearing right here, and if we take them all out, you see how it lives there. So these are just similar things, but in different shapes. As you can see, demonstration, the wand, and the eraser. So let's stick to the eraser. Okay, let's stick to the wand, magic wand. Okay, the next we have is our lines. This is where we draw our, this is what we use to draw our trend line. We used to draw our support and resistance line, and we used to draw our supply and demand. Okay, so to draw our trend line, we'll come to these lines. Okay, the trend line is used to draw a trend line, and I want to tell you a little trick. Okay, so when you look at this place, you notice that it has this little circle at the top, neither at the bottom, at the middle, at the ending, and stuff like that. So what does it mean? Okay, it means that, let's start with the first one. It has two circles at the beginning and the end. It simply means when drawing this trend line, you have to draw the beginning and the end. This ray has at the beginning and the middle. It simply means when you draw at the beginning and draw at the middle, it draws all the way to the end. This info line is the same. It draws from the beginning to the end, and it shows you the information in between. While the extended line, you draw the two lines in the middle, and it extends the line from the back and as well to the front. And the trend line and the triangle and the horizontal, it's just a single line you need to draw, and it extends it all the way from the back to the front. Then the horizontal lay, you just need to draw a single line at the beginning, then stop it, and it extends all the way. Same with the vertical line, you just need to draw a single line and extend it all the way. So let's practicalize this. By drawing our trend line first. As you can see, our trend line requires us to draw two lines. So we're going to change our cursor. Let's change it to something realistic. Let's use the arrow. So to draw a trend line, we'll click on the trend line. So this is how we draw. Draw from the beginning to the end. We'll click the beginning and click the end. It draws. And as you can see, aside this, which is our toggle, we also have this, which if you click on this line, this appears. This is where you change the color of the line you just drew. This is also where you change the text. This is where you change if the thickness, if you want to make it real simple. And this setting is where you change the visibility. This visibility means on the time frame it will appear. If you want this to appear on all time frame, you click all this. If you want it to appear on only your 1 hour time frame, you click this. If you want to appear on 5 minutes time frame, you click this. And you can also extend the line to the left or extend the line to the right very easily, or the middle point, have a middle point. That is how you can control it using these settings. So the other things you could see, you could also see the price range. If you click on it, it shows you the price range, shows you change in pips, and shows you every other thing you need to see. You can also add a text there. You can see the coordinates, and you can lock it. Okay, you can lock it so that you can't mistakenly move this line, and so that you will have the line simply in an exact place. You can also set an alert on this line. You could delete and you can hide. So I said if you hide, where you're going to see that is at the object tree, and as you can see, it's at the object tree hidden. When you click show, you see the line, and when you click delete, it's all gone. So that is for trend lines. The next is for the ray lines. When you draw from the beginning and draw at the second line center, it draws all the way to the end. And if you click on it, you can always change this by, you can change it to lines, you can change it to dots, you can change it to dash. Okay, let's leave it at the line. You can also change it to 1 pix, 4 pix, and 2 pix. You can also change the color as well, and if you want to move it, you can also move it by dragging the line. And if you want to move not the whole thing, you will drag this one at the end, the circle. You see, this is how you can move it, by dragging the circle. Then you can also click it and this will appear, and you change the coordinates, and everything you want to change will appear right here. You can change the style, extend it to the back, not just the left, extend it to wherever you want to do, have the lines anywhere you want it to be an arrow, just like this. So you can tweak this to your favor however you want it, and that is how easy you can use this. You just need to play around with it and see what you can do. The next we have is the info line. This gives you an information of the candlestick, how many bars it moved. As we said, you want to draw the beginning and draw the way to the end, and it's going to show you how many bars it moved, the angle, and everything. So the next we have is the extended line. As we say, you just have to draw the beginning at the end, and it draws all the way to the end. When we are done with this, we are going to see Tradeview in action. We are going to use all these tools to make a real-time analysis, and you see how you can combine them. Right now I'm just showing you how you can draw them and how they work individually. So the next we also have the horizontal line. As you can see, just one line, same with the vertical line. So wherever this is used to draw supply and demand, that's support and resistance. So whenever we click on it, it draws all the way from beginning to the end. If you click on it, it draws from the beginning to the end. If we click on it by selecting it again, it draws from the beginning to the end. It's quite simple. Then this, which is the undo and redo, used to undo lines previously and to redo lines if you don't know what we just recently deleted. Then this horizontal lay, it's not the same with this horizontal line. Horizontal line, we have to draw one at the center and it draws all the way to the end. But the horizontal lay, we have to draw one and move it to where we want it to be, and it draws the second one. So as you can see, it's drawn, but the color I selected is white, so I have to come to the color change and change it to another color. So I can also change the pix to 2 pix. So you can see once I draw a single line, it draws all the way to the end and it doesn't draw to the back. In as much as this trend line and others draw, and you can change it to draw all the way to the back, you can't change this horizontal line to draw all the way to the back. So if you want a line to draw all the way to the back, you select the horizontal line, rather not the horizontal lay. So the difference between this horizontal line and horizontal lay is that the horizontal line draws all the way to the back, while the horizontal lay draws just from the front to the back. So we're going to delete all these lines by coming here and click remove 7 drawings, and we'll continue. So the next we have is the regression trend. This is used to draw a trend line, okay? And we also have the pitchfork. This pitchfork is used to draw a pitchfork. You can also use it to draw a trend line, okay? I'm going to show you how to draw a pitchfork real quick. You draw all the way from your low to your high and your low again. So the price is going to keep bouncing off this part, okay? It's going to keep bouncing off this, but it doesn't mean that the candlestick have to remain in this zone forever. This will just serve as a trend line of where the price will bouncing right back off. So to draw a pitchfork, all you have to do is draw from the low, the next high, and the next low, and it will look like this. So we're going to remove these drawings and continue. So on another video, we're going to explain how all this works. So the ones I explained are the very important ones. We're going to move over to the next one, which is the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci is quite very important because this Fibonacci, we use it in our everyday life, okay? And they have the Fibonacci retracement and the trend-based Fib extension. Here is the difference. The retracement is used to check the retracement of the price. Like how much the price is going to retrace for going right back up. And the extension, which is the opposite of the retracement, is used not to check how the price is going to retrace. Rather, it's used to check how far the price is going to go. Okay, let's say we take a trade and we don't know how far the price is going to go up. We could use the trend-based fib extension to know how much the price is going to go up. Okay, let's use this in our analysis and see. Let's pull up first the Fibonacci retracement. So to draw the Fibonacci retracement, I just need to draw the low and I will draw the high, and it will show me the retracement. So in the retracement, there are very, very important number, and the number is 0.618, 0.5 and 0.382. So we can also, if you notice, my own is tweaked to my own favor. It doesn't actually appear like this, it appears whole different. So when I click on it, and I'll come to this setting and I'll show you how it might appear on your own. It might appear with all this line being turned on. So the reason why I turned all this line off is because I only let the important line on. So an important lines I let on are these three lines: 0.5, 0.618 and 0.312. So here is the retracement trick, that they believe that if it is in a strong trend, the price will only bounce back at this 0.382 and go right up. And if it's a weak trend, it's going to come all the way to 0.618. And for it to break 0.618 doesn't mean that it's a change of trend. You can still wait for a retest to know if it's a change of trend or if it's going to come right back, because it might be sweeping liquidities. So this is just used to see how low the price is going to come. Let's say the price was retracing and it took just one step down, and you enter the think it's going to go up, it's going to sweep you right out. But if you have used this tool and you waited for this point, and also waited for a test, you will know that the price coming all the way to the 618. So you stay out of the trade and wait for it to move right back up. So that's just the way to use this Fibonacci retracement. So next we have the trend-based fib extension. So this trend-based fib extension is used to know how much higher the price would go. Let's take for an instance, we click on this point. How to draw the trend-based fib level. Unlike the extension, which we click the low and the high and the low, this you click the low and the high and bring it down to the next low. Okay, so that being said, you see this way and this way. So we are looking at something right here. We are looking at also the important numbers here, which are 1.618. you understand? We are also looking at what just the exact coordinates we are looking at here. We are also looking at here. We are looking at the 1.318, 1.618 and 1.5. So if I set my my lines here, I'm going to have to remove a lot of lines and leave the ones I know that are quite important, and I can also change the coordinates to the one I know they are important. So if I do that, I know that the price will get to 618. So I'm hoping to take my profit at this level, or I'm hoping to take my profit at this level, and as you can see, price got here. So let's use another example that doesn't have this gap, so you can understand better what I mean. Okay, so let's say we are drawing our trend fib extension at this level. So we draw from our low here to our high here and to our next low here. Okay, so we are hoping for the price to get to this part, and which the price got to this part. Okay, as you can see, this is how you can use to know how far the price can go. Some people can argue that if you want to be on the safe side, you can always take your prices from this 1.8318, which is a very, very golden number, and if you get to this point, you can always take your profit. That is how you can use the Fibonacci to know how far the price can go before the price starts to retrace downwards. Okay, so that being said, we also have the fib channel, we have the fib time zone, we have the gam box, and we have the pitch fan. I'm going to take my time to explain all this in another video. So I have the patterns. This pattern, we would have taken our time to explain it all here, but the patterns have rules. It has a specific numbers you have to follow. It has a lot of things you have to do, and if you don't get it correctly, you're going to be drawing it all wrong. Same with the Elliott wave. So the first line don't have to be bigger than the second line, stuff like that. So if you don't draw this very well, so you would be making a mistake. And the ABC, this is a retracement of the Elliott wave. So I'm going to take my time to explain this in another video. So I'm going to give you an exact explanation of how you can use your patterns very well and not make mistakes. So the next is the long position, the projection. This is what you can use to draw your long position, to check your risk to reward ratio or your plans to take a trade and stuff like that. You must be seeing this on people's chart and all. And the next short position is used to draw the short position, to see exactly your chart and your risk to reward ratio and stuff like that. So I'm going to take my time to explain all this on another video, and we are going to see our Tradeview in action, take a real life trade, and see how we can combine all this into our chart while analyzing. The next we do have is the brushes. So this brush is used to mark an area, do anything right on anything you want to do, or stuff like that. So we also have the highlighter you can use to highlight a particular place, and just for notes and stuff like that. So the next we have the arrow marker. The arrow marker comes like this. You can lock it, you can change the color, red, you can delete it, you can hide it. That is what the arrow is for. So it's for direction. The next we have the small arrow. So this one comes like this. You can change the lines to dotted lines, you can change the colors, you can change the coordinates, you can change it to wherever you want. So we have the arrow markup, which is like this, and we also have the arrow mark down, which comes like this. So this typically is used for directions and knowing what you are doing in a chart. So we also have the rectangle. I love to use this rectangle, and the reason why I love to use this rectangle is because I prefer not to draw my support and resistance like a line. I rather draw them like an area, and to draw it like an area, you can use this perfectly to draw it like an area. You see, this way it looks more like an area than a line. It make you have the feeling. Let's say we want to draw this. On our chart, our support and resistance, so we can draw this like this, and you have the feeling that this is an area. So when the price gets here, you know that it's this area that matters. Okay, if you draw it like on a line, it gets a little bit confusing and all like that, but an area means you're treating it right. So the best way to go around drawing your support and resistance is drawing it like an area. So we have the path, which you can use to make a path for your drawings. You can change it to lines, you can change the number and all. We also have circles. You can circle your drawings and everything, and all this you can play around with it and see how important all this are. So the next we have the text. This you can use to write a text on your chart. You can also write a text here, at any point you want. And there's another one I love, which is the text notes. This is used to pin text to any place you want. So let's say you want to buy at this point, all you have to do is click here, pin it here, and you can move it all around. The next we have is also the price notes. So this price note is used to check prices from any place in the chart and see what the price is saying. So you don't have to be looking here and stressing yourself to get the exact location or see what the price is saying. So that is it. So the next we have the pin, we have the table, we have the call out, so you can play around this and see how all this works. It's quite easy. The next we have the smiley. You can use the smiley a lot. I love to use it. Let's say you have an intention or something like that. So that is how much you can use the smiley. And we have the ruler, how you can see the bars being moved. You Okay, you can measure your charts. You see, if I click from here all the way here, you can see the volume, how many bars it moved and stuff like that. We have the weak magnet and strong magnet. Let's say we are drawing our support and resistance line, and we'll click on this strong magnet. That means while selecting our lines, it's going to automatically snap our lines to the nearest high and low, which you see as where I'm taking my cursor up, it's snapping to the nearest high and low. That's how the strong magnet works. You see, right now it's going up. Okay, but if it's the weak magnet, it don't snap our lines that hard. Okay, it don't snap our lines that hard. All right, then if it's no magnet, as you can see, you can fully draw your lines and it won't snap to the nearest price. You can see how the lines are moving freely to the point and destination. That is how you can use these magnets. So the next is we can keep all our drawing locked and we can't move any drawing. When we click on here, see all our drawings are locked and we can't move them. The next is these eyes only. If you click on here, you're going to delete all your drawings and you're not going to see anything. And if you click on remove drawings, you're going to delete everything and you won't see anything. So the next we have is the crypto pair screener, the pan editor, the strategy tester, the replay, and the panel button. So the trading panel, this is the brokers and everything you need to see. So for the course of this video, we have explained what we're going to be needing on our daily lives as a trader and to make analysis. Next we're going to see is to see Tradeview in action, to see how we can use all these to make our analysis. So to use all this to make our analysis, let's select a different pair. We can also use this, but let's use a different pair and see how we can use all this in our everyday life. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to search crypto, and for the course of this video, let's use Ethereum. Okay, so this is Ethereum. First, I use what I call the Apex strategy, and to use the Apex strategy, I go to the highest time frame. Let's say the 12 months. So I'm going to expand and see this. So each candle here represents 12 months of Ethereum. This candle represents 12 months. Each candle represents 12 months. If you keep seeing it all the way from 2025, all the way from 2015 to 2025. So each candle represents 12 months of Ethereum. So this is just to get a clear view of what the price is doing. The next will scale down to the 6-month time frame. So what we're doing is using the Apex strategy, and Apex strategy means top down strategy. It means scaling all the way from the top to the down. So next is this point. You see the price is obviously going higher, it's bullish. So we scale down to the 3 months, then it's still bullish. So we're trying to get our support and resistance and draw a very, very good line. So we're going to pull up our horizontal lines. So we're going to draw a very good support and resistance. We're going to click here, and we're going to click here. So this is its lowest point, this point and this point, and this also is the highest point. So we're trying to analyze this very well. Okay, so each candlestick here represents 3 months. We're going to push down to the 1 month. So now each candlestick represents the 1 month right now. All right, so we keep going down. Let's say the weekly. Each candlestick here represents the 1 week. Okay, so in the 1 week, let's draw another support and resistance line. Let's draw this line. The reason why I draw this line is because the price reacted to this line lots of times. So when you're drawing a support and resistance line, you need to draw it at the points where the price reacted so many times. And as you can see, how we are using this is the first we put up our time frame. Now we are using our horizontal lines. So you see the horizontal line drawing our support and resistance. So we drew at this point because the price touched down here and at this point, so to show you it's valid. So that is it. So we keep scaling down. The next is the 1 day. So at the 1 day, now we can see clearly what the price is doing. The price have been bearish for a while, and it's possibly going to change trends and go up and stuff like that. So we can also see, we can pull up our trend line and draw a trend line at this point. So we can draw a trend line like this. So I'm going to change the the color to ensure that we can all see it. I'm going to change it to black, and I'm going to change the peaks to 4. I'm going to change this also to black. Okay, then you can see our support, our trend line is going down, but it broke all the way here and it's going right up. So in order to have a clearer view, let's draw one more horizontal line. Let's draw at this end, so you can see the price touched down this area before moving right back up. You can also say that you can treat it like an area and say all those places came together because the price kept reacting when it got close to this point. So if you want to draw a clean area, all you have to do is use the rectangle. To use the rectangle, you draw all the way here and move it here, and it becomes a clean area. So let's delete this line and use a rectangle. So as you can see, this is how to also use a rectangle and draw an area. So this our trend line. As you can see, the price keep bouncing all the way here. That is why you call it trend line, because price reacted so much to this line. And also when it got our support, when it got to this line, it started moving right back up, and when it broke this line, it kept moving. So that is how, if this was supposed to be a downtrend, if this line was not valid, when it got here, it will revised back up and it's going to get here. That means breaking this line and coming down here. But for the fact that it bounced right off when it came here, is to show you it's going to break this line, and this is our support line. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's use all the instruments we have learned today and see how we can make analysis using this trade. The next we are going to pull is the Fibonacci retracement. Let's see how much this price is going to retrace before coming back up. So we draw from the highest, we draw from the lowest. So if it's going to be a very strong trend, when it gets to this level, it will start coming right back. If it's a weak trend, it's going to go all the way to this point. And when it gets all the way to this point, there's a possibility it might touch this area, because this is our support line. So if you touch this area, this possibility is going to break down up or break this area to go up. So that is how to take your trades. So you can as well stay off for this market now, because you missed it at this point, and wait for this point to see the reaction. Whether it's going up, you're going to take some trade with it and make some money. Then if it's reacting and coming down, then you're going to sell and make some money. So let's cancel. So the next we are going to pull up to see how we can make our trade is the indicators. So let's pull up the moving average indicator. So at the moving average indicator, in the moving average indicator, you can see the price crossed at this point. Let's pull up our vertical line. So at this point, we're going to mark here. So you see, at this point, it's close to our trend line, which means we are expecting a reversal all the way up. And at this point as well, it's at our support line, which means we are neither expecting a breakdown, a breakthrough, or a reversal as well up. And here in our MACD is showing us that the price is about to cross. So when the price crossed around here, we can take this trade saying that the price will go up, because the price already crossed in the MACD and it's in our area of confluence, because a lot of confluence is here: the trend line, the support and resistance, the MACD, and the Fibonacci retracement. So there are so many area of confluence here. So if you have taken this trade with all this, you would have made some money here. And when it broke this area and didn't come back, you would have moved your stop loss to break even and held up to this point. So this is how we could use all this on our everyday life. So these are my favorites, and I'm going to explain to you my favorites real quick so that you will know if you catch up with everything we have explained. So this is the way this is used to draw a trend line. Let's say we want to draw a trend line from here to here. Okay, so it's going to draw to the end. This is like this because we tweaked it earlier and it gave us this. So to change it to what it was previously, it's going to look something like this. So I'm going to delete this and I will redraw it. So this to this end and it draws all the way down. Okay, that is it. Okay, you see, you draw from here to here, it draws all the way down, but the trend line draws from the beginning to the end. The next we have this is our extension to know how far this price is going to go. So if we want to draw an extension here, so we need to, there's no really space, but if we want to draw an extension here, first we need to know that this is our area where we are targeting, that the price might come down here, but because it already indicated that the price is going to go, so we're expecting the price to break off here. But let's either ways try to draw this and see what's going to give us. Okay, you see the price is just at the area. So if you wanted to be careful on this trade, I will be taking my trade at this point, because this is a very, very strong area. So you see, even if this was very little and of no great use, but it could still show you that the price at this point, it gave you a safe takeout, because at this point the market could do anything. It could choose to reverse, but when it broke out, it just showed you that this trade is solid. Okay, it's an A1. The next is the extension, which already used, the projection. So the projection is when you already check this trade and saw that it's going up and stuff like that, so you pull up this your projection, the long two. So when you place it, you're going to see your trade, what you're expecting. Let's say you're expecting to take your profit here, just an instance, you're expecting to take your profit here. Okay, so you see, you click it, you see that this is a risk to reward ratio of 2.22, and this is how to use this one. So I'll just show you your stop loss. Your stop loss should be around this point, you understand, or around this point. That is how it's supposed to be. So this is how to use this. And the next is extended line, which if you draw, it draws all the way to the end. If you draw from the beginning to the center, it draws all the way to the end. And this trend line, we talked about it. So, and this also, the cross line is used to draw a 4 cardinal points. Okay, so I'm going to take off all these drawings. So we'll have a clean chart. This is the part used to draw parts, so you understand. And there's the text used to write text. There's the arrow, as we explained, and there's the circle, and this is the ABC. I'm going to take my time to explain this in another video, because it has to do with numbers and everything. So this is how you can combine your trade view, combine your indicators, combine your lines, and combine everything to make clean, solid charts and book trades. Okay, see you next video.